Slop. Conway Slop. Slopulism. It's the book I'm going to review today. Didn't bother finishing the last 3 pages because they're all just references to other commie works, basically. So I did write a few notes for this. Slop. It's not really slop, but I don't care to deconstruct the ideology here, but I did write some notes. Right, this can be constructed a little bit better. So, from what I've read online and from my intuition, I thought that a manifesto has to be short and precise and easy to understand. Now, this doesn't work because they are complex, basically. Yes, obviously. So, I don't have a good pre-written paragraph I want to show, but okay, here we go.
The bourgeoisie, wherever it has got the upper hand, has put an end to all feudal patriarchal idyllic relations. It has pitilessly torn asunder the motley feudal ties that bound man to his natural superiors, and has left no other nexus between man and man than naked self-interest and callous cash payments. It has drowned the most heavenly ecstasies of religious fervour, of chivalrous enthusiasm, of Philistine sentimentalism in the icy water of egotistical calculation.
What are you doing here, bro? You're doing too much. You're doing too much, bro. You're doing too much. No one with average grasp of the English language will understand what this person is trying to say, because they use big words to convey what they want and to spread that idea. And since it's supposed to be spreadable, you need to simplify the message and dumb it down. Also, I think I read here, it's overtly harsh. Could I focus more on implications? So yeah, like it really demonizes like everything, but if you want to be persuasive, you want to be a little more underhanded than that. Hard to read, boring. Oh yeah, it is boring. It did put me to sleep like 2 or 3 times. I was trying to read it, but I guess it doesn't have to be entertaining. But at least if it was simpler, I don't know. I understand most of my English is like perfect, basically. My speaking is not, but my understanding of English is pretty good. But even so, it's very dry. It's a very dry book. It does use some like creative mixing there. You saw that they try to color your opinion with the way when I read that paragraph, you could see like they were trying to like do a bit of Shakespeare, just like paint a picture, but it doesn't quite get as good as Shakespeare. And I do think the psychology of the person who wrote this manifesto is someone who is very confident in their penmanship, and they have an ego about their penmanship. And because of that, they didn't want to simplify or make it easier to understand, because this ain't for the dummies. This ain't for the dummies. These are for the smart commies, I guess. But it doesn't really work as good, obviously. Like, also, it feels like there's a bit of an add-on, but I looked this up online, and apparently the last 7 pages, it's out, the actual laying out of what they believe is 23 pages, and then the last 7 pages is like saying, oh, every other commie thing or socialist thing is like, not, this is not this. So that's an interesting way to go about that. But it's unnecessary, and also it adds like further reading. So like, I think if this was standalone without like all these sections after it, I think that would work better. Because why do you need to know socialism in Germany to understand this manifesto? Like what? Like I think it definitely needs to be simpler and more emotional. You don't need to be crazy with words. You don't need to do all this fancy stuff. You just need to have a good message. Well, good message, and just know how to sway people with words and not with complex sentences or fancy schmancy words to like pretty it up or make it look more intelligent than it is. It should be simple to understand. It is in principle. Like every teenager understands what this basically is, but if you read the actual book, it's like, wow, like why do you need to go crazy? Oh yeah, they explain why bourgeoisie is bad, but they don't explain why work are good, or why they are good, or there are policies. So that's one of the things I did not get why, because I thought, honestly, before reading this, I thought they would lay down what they actually wanted to do, but they don't actually do that at all. They just say, bourgeoisie bad. This is how they're bad. Work are good. This is not how work are good. Our policies? Wow, what policies? This guy, Karl Marx, didn't even think about anything like that. It's crazy. This guy. Although the picture does go hard. Look at that. Looks like he's from a fucking hip hop album. It really does, in my opinion. If communism is truly the next step, why has China, Russia, and other countries evolved into hard-line capitalism? If taxation is communism, then most of Europe is communist. So, because it's not defined, really, what their policies are, you can actually amalgamate this message into some of the other countries that exist today that are not communist in name or socialist in name. Like, if you were to go by tax policy, a lot of European countries are communist. If you are to go by welfare, a lot of the Western world is communist. If you want to go by old communist in name places like Russia or China, they're pretty hardline capitalist. So it's kind of hard to understand why or what you can actually say. It seems arbitrary. Honestly, it does seem arbitrary that we decide to make this guy the spokesperson. He was the most famous, I guess, to be fair. Everyone thinks about this guy because, well, maybe this isn't Karl Marx, maybe it's Friedrich Engels, but I don't know. This guy is like basically what everyone thinks of communism as, but oh yeah, I wrote down at the end, Karl Marx equals grifter, because if you read up on his some of his personal life, he did not live his ideals written here. He did not live the lifestyle of what you would think of as a commie. He was very much middle class and sucking off the teat of his more rich friend. He was abusive to his kids, which is interesting to me. It kind of informs what? Well, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of a stretch, but it informs why he would feel like making this. If he doesn't value his kids, then an ideology like this makes more sense to rationalize and to write into the world because it's really just a breakdown of the old. If we thought about what came before, the Tsars, the kingdoms and duchies and republics, a lot of them were run by descendants of those who were in charge before. And maybe this is, I don't know. Actually, I don't. Should I include this section in this video? I don't know. I thought, well, you could tease out what I'm trying to say here anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I like the red. To be fair, red is a good color to convey, like, as a good message. It gives it a good emotion. Very ragey, very fiery, you know? I couldn't see, like, Kami as blue, you know? That would be great, crazy as well, but, yeah. Red? That was a good color choice for Kami, I think. Makes it pop out, you know? Anyway, I think I finished. I don't know what I'm trying to say anymore, so... Bye.